Okay. So, last we left off with the locomotivators. You've all traveled to Portavare via airship with the mission of routing out the Tarnished Grasp, a splinter cell of the Thieves Guild from Tears Trove. Arriving here, you travel to the small port city, splitting up into two, and encountering each of you a strange follower who turn out to be members of the Golden Hand, the Thieves Guild. Ash and Cloud, who you all apprehended and then subsequently released once you figure out that they were actually on your side. Discussing what's to be done about the Tarnished Grass, where to find them, i.e. not necessarily sure yet. You all spend the night planning to leave in the morning to find more information. During that night, Ophelia was visited by her patron and was shown a vision of something that she needs to possibly look for. Seville, in an attempt to find this coin he placed on them, finding it had been left in Aurelia's room, or really in Lusterborn's room, looked through the keyhole only to see the horror of a shadow monster stroking Aurelia's head as it dispersed. And we come to the morning after, where you guys are planning to make your way through town to find out more information.
All right, well, I will wait outside until everybody else has arrived with their business, I know. I need a bit of air after some dreams last night. I will let it be known that I have at least locked up my suitcase worth of stuff, as I am aware there's going to be some work in my room. But I have, my basic inventory on me.
Most of the ones would probably be at a desk within Aurelia's room, little cloth laid out with the orb on it, waiting for Seville to start inspecting it.
I'll head over and just join Lusty.
I will also head over and join Lusty, as I was dragged most of the way to the room, so might as well.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
So describe the item that they handed you. It looks like something that would fit over like a ear, kind of, and it looks like it's like a metal piece that kind of drags down and across the neck almost. What you see, which has a bunch of like inscriptions upon it. It seems like the earpiece is just for holding and it's supposed to look, natural. Whereas the piece of the bottom is supposed to be the communicator piece.
So I'll start with a good old detect magic, because I don't think that's a check. That is a spell. I don't think I roll for this one, so I'd hold off on. Oh, I guess the guidance stays. Yeah,
it'll stay.
Guidance is for 1 minute until you use it. So
yeah, awesome.
Let's see. If you sense magic in this way, you can send each action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. You learn a school of magic, if any.
Last time on. Last time on.
Be the correct school before I say that, just to be safe.
He's working on it over here.
On it. The detect magic up and available, you peer at this object and you see that, as mentioned, the main piece seems to just be non-magical, but the little a fixture at the bottom does have a note of divination magic.
I'll give it a quick once over. Sorry, 1 sec. I want to double check what divination is real quick. Pulling it up. There we go. Lesterborns would give it a once over, spinning it a few times in his fingers. Does the magic it radiates seem like anything stronger than usual? Like, does it seem really compressed? Because it says like radiates the magic it bears in a faint aura?
Necessarily. It may be due to the nature of the item itself. The magic is very subjugated. It's not like a wand of a magical spell that is just emitting this extremely powerful magic. It is something that is taken a magical ability and condensed it to work in a specific way. Therefore, because of its limitations, it is stoppered a bit.
Since I recognize it's a school of divination kind of spell that it's channeling, is there a way I can roll to try and figure out what spell is compressed within it that it's using?
Sure.
Or at least identify, I should more so mean.
This would be an Arcana check.
Alright. And would this get the plus d4?
It would.
Okay. So here's the check first. Is that a nat 20?
It is.
That is a nat 20.
Hey,
I don't think I need the guidance.
It's not particularly hard to see anyway, because as Ash and Cloud told you before, this is how you get in touch with them. Very easy to tell. This is a modified, controlled version of the sending spells attached to it.
Sending spell.
Sending spell, which is basically sending a short message across a vast distance, across planes even. Well, not across planes. It can be anywhere on the same plane. But because of the nature of how this item is used, it can only, it looks like the scripture on it denotes two-way communication between two different items. So these are part of a pair. Probably the one that, like I said, Ash and Cloud probably each have one on them, so they gave you one of theirs.
Lusterborns would hold up the little pearl, offering it to Seville now that he's finished his little overview. It looks like they compress the level. It's a tougher to learn spell called Sending. I could barely learn it. I'm about that same level myself now. However, it's unlike the usual version. It needs a pair with it. If there were no other that were paired to it, I assume it would lose all functionality. I do not think I can extract the spell for our own usage. So I do apologize on that front. But at least we have a understanding that if the enemy is able to detect any forms of magic, this will be detected.
Okay.
I do have one question for you, Lesty. Based on your current knowledge of it, do you think that they would be able to overhear our conversations if they were utilizing theirs, or do we have to activate it for them to hear us like they told us?
Would my nat 20 give me any idea on that, Chris? Like, even if it's not given, but like theorize from my knowledge of sending?
I'll go ahead and give you this. Unless under rare circumstances, magic requires intent to use. So unless you have the piece on your ear and you're pressing it to your throat, essentially, it would not be active in any way.
So yeah, I'll convey that to them. Just be like, as long as it's not touchy, like as long as we're not using it, they cannot hear us. And I do not believe, unless they have a tracking spell set up, they can't track it. But I don't see any tracking magic on it right now.
Detect magic would have probably shown you that there was
another school or something. Yeah, a different aura. So for now, I believe it is safe to use, as long as this might change when it's activated.
Of turning it on.
Exactly.
Okay.
But either way, I should, once you're done with that, be sure to get it to Aurelia. Is there anything else you wish to poke and prod at it with, though?
Nothing that I can think of.
That was really.
What about
my
you,
only
luggage?
concern.
Luggage. Looks to Reggie.
Looks behind me. Oh, wait, you mean me? My only concern was them listening in, so as long as that's not a realistic option, then I think we're fine.
I will say, on the topic of listening in, Aurelia already knows this, as she was there for it, but last night, who was it? Strife was looking at us?
Cloud, yeah.
Or Cloud. I call him Strife.
I know. I knew you were talking when you said
I
strength.
believe Cloud was watching us last night. He was sitting just.
Did I find that out?
Yeah, I told you. Remember when you had woken up? I said we were being watched. Yeah. He would point to the window, to the roof across it. I believe they were staking us out from over there, so there is a good chance they may have the intent to follow us and look around.
I mean, it makes sense. We don't fully trust them. They don't fully trust us.
I guess, yeah.
Might be a good idea to try to get the upper hand on them as soon as possible. We are in unfamiliar territory with them. We have no idea what their plans are once we've assisted them.
I could shoot one.
You should not shoot one. Not yet.
I cock an eye.
Either way, while we are out today, be sure to just keep an eye over your shoulder. They tried to follow us once, they may again. Unless Thorns will rise up to his feet and give them both a little pat. I will head downstairs if you need me. Goodbye.
Well, I guess it's about that time to head down then and start off the day.
Yep. Head on down.
Meet up with Aurelia.
We head down and see Aurelia sitting in like basically a kind of. There isn't much of a breakfast area to this inn because again these inns are mostly built for holding people until they are leaving. Either for your boat or
I was
carriage.
gonna say I was standing around outside.
Oh, okay.
And if I may, I'd like to perform a check to see if I can notice one of our two people stalking around looking for us in the morning.
Make a perception check.
Nope.
Nope. Other than the comers and goers of other rooms, you don't see Ash or Cloud anywhere.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just basically chilling outside, kind of like hanging out maybe by that tree I think that we saw in front of the building.
Okay.
As we exit the doors, how does Aurelia look overall in her stature and not comeuppance? What's the word? Composure.
I'm
So I
in
know you were
my-
pretty rattled last night.
I know I was. For you, I thanked you this morning for helping me last night. I'm not in my usual like super regalia regal bullshit that's back in my bag. So I'm basically just in my cloths and like some leather armor bits here and there. She's just up against a tree, and I guess the most I could tell you is she seems to basically be looking around, not like spacing out, but just kind of like actively just kind of like looking around and like leaning up against the tree and just waiting.
Sorry, one sec. Popo did a stinker. One moment.
Oh no!
Oh no.
You
Alright,
refuse to bury
well-
it. I'm back.
while
and
he's
you
go-
approach. Yeah.
Nope. While he's gone, I'm gonna, as we approach her, just to myself, I'd like to roll an Incarna check to see if I can still sense anything fucking weird.
This is gonna be so fun. It's just gonna keep its fucking eyes trained on me.
Or would it be? That's a good question.
It's not Arcana because you're not trying to figure out like a specific magical school or like old history thing. This is more of the vibe. I would say this is more of a. I would say this would be more of a wisdom check. So roll d20, add your wisdom modifier. Your instincts are going to guide you for this.
Alrighty. Are you there, God?
No, she seems fine.
No.
I mean, again, you
Alright.
know what you saw, but at the very least, it doesn't seem like it's affecting her in any
Uh,
way.
Alrighty.
I see the group. Were we able to decipher our little accessory? And then I hold my hand out, expecting it back.
The magics are good, very powerful, but they should not be able to track us or listen in on us as long as we are not using it.
I give a low 5.
I give it to him, like very, like I don't really like return it. He just kind of goes like clap, and I just don't move. I just hold my hand out to either Seville or Leslie. It's like I just sit there and then like just motion it away from him.
Looks to Seville.
Hmm?
I had handed it to you earlier.
I dig it out of my pocket and hand it over.
I thought you were feigning ignorance. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Now then, since we do know that they were watching us last night, I've been on alert this morning and haven't been able to at least see them come today. So maybe they did take our little suggestion of moseying around the docks and checking out the farms into consideration, which I would certainly hope they do to cover ground. I had every plan to go to the gravesite tonight that they had said was nearby. Today. I would suspect if we're already dealing with one potential group that's connected that's been using a grave or two to sneak around. While I won't go digging, I will at least check around and see if we can find, or I can find anything unusual. Either one of you gentlemen like to come with me today over that?
Before either of you make your decision, I would like Lesty to accompany me to first the leather workers and then the beach.
Is it truly best that I go places with a lot of people? I feel like I am easily recognizable if we are being followed.
It is a risk, but you knew the descriptors of this one man. It is possible, though you may not fully remember, it is possible you see someone that would look familiar to you, and we might have a lead of location based on that.
Well,
you might be our biggest liability, but you're also our biggest asset at the moment, Lesty.
Well, I don't mean to be rude or offensive in any way, Leslie. I do wonder if perhaps, for your sake, finding some sort of covering or disguise may be in order at some point if you fear this is going to be something that hinders you in the future.
I will not wear a mask, but I will keep my hood over. And he like tries his best to tuck his hood further, but you can still probably like see the fronts of his face and stuff.
Didn't one of the guys say you went invisible?
I could, but it is very limited time. I believe 10 minutes, I think, or an hour. Let me double check the spell.
I just have a flat
Oh,
stare.
sorry.
On
1 hour.
On who, when Leslie says that?
Yes.
I can go invisible, but only for an hour at a time, and only 3
Well, we
times a
could
day.
just, when we get close to the entrance over to the, it's not Merchant's Quarter, but over to the entrance where the leather workers are, that sector of town, you could just go into an alleyway, come back out invisible. We'd have plenty of time to check.
I do not mind that. And if you so wish, I can also turn you invisible at the same time, for not much
At least
extra,
one of us needs to be in
effort.
there.
No, yes. But that goes to any of you, as... Who was it that I turned invisible in combat that one time? Was it Reggie or Seville?
It
was
Reggie. As I did with Reggie that one time. If any of you need to make use of my invisibility, I can give it. Just let me know.
I don't think you'd be able to do 2 at once because you
I
have to
can.
maintain concentration.
Seeking spell lets me do both as long as I can touch both at the same time. It's part of my sorcerer special thing. But it costs, like, that's how I was saying, it's like not a expensive thing. Like it's something I can do, but not infinitely.
You had to do it now, so but yeah, if you wanted to turn another of Seville and Aurelia invisible, you could.
Good to keep in mind. Then I will bring the old cleric with me to check a few grave sites.
Sounds fine for me.
Wonderful. We'll meet back here, say, 3 hours?
Sounds good.
If Lesty and I are going to the beach, it may take us a bit longer, but you would know where to find us. I
course.
believe, if it sounds alright with you, Lesty, I think going to the beach to the center and then checking south, that way we can at least get a direction set so we know where to check the next day.
They are heading to the graveyard, they said, correct? The crypts.
That is correct.
Southwest.
I think south would be best then, because when we are on the beach, we will be within range of contact for message if need be, and I can send them if anything happens.
Perfect.
Possibly. It's not a guarantee.
Very well. Then we shall meet up sometime, I guess, later this afternoon if we don't hear a message from you.
About what time is it? Like that we woke up? 7, 8?
7-ish. You know, it's pretty early in the day.
We could aim for when it is noon. The sun is whenever it is right above us.
Sounds fine to me.
And he turned to Reggie. I am ready to go if you are.
Last call on invisibility. Do any of you want that?
You can only do another person at a time, right?
I could do 2 other people, not including myself. I can do 2 total.
I don't know if we're planning to already investigate the grave site longer than potentially an hour, we would eventually just be popping up out of nowhere. I think maybe it's best. I think it's best maybe we forgo that for now, especially if we do potentially run across an enemy. I'd rather us not tip our hand that that's something we can do on first encounter.
Yes.
No problem. Please just let me know if any opinion changes on the matter for any of you.
Of course.
Absolutely, Lesty.
I pat him on the shoulder and then turn to make my way towards the gates to eventually leave and follow the direction we were told where the gravesite was.
Sure.
And I will call Reggie.
Real quick. Aurelia, you have the earring. Are you putting it on?
I do put it on now that I was informed that it can't be used to spy on me without both of
Being
us
turned on?
turning it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I put it on.
All right. I just want to make sure see if you were putting it on or just leaving it in your bag.
I'll keep it on.
Okay.
I don't like that. Okay, we did something wrong.
Well,
I
we
should-
can't use that.
I need to know in case something happens.
No,
It's
it's
really
put it
on.
It was the tone of that. Okay, there's something. There's something there.
I would know if they call, so it's just a matter of
Yeah.
knowing if they try to call me or not, if they can.
Spikes shoot through your ear. You can no longer take it off.
No, God.
But you do
All
have
right.
access to blood match.
Yeah, I put it on. Does it feel... well, no, I would have tested this the other night. We tested it.
You take it off and on.
Yeah, you used it to talk
Yep,
last
yep,
night.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Emery just came in and told me that he had a dream about frickin' Mario rap battling.
That's awesome. What a Chad.
Aw.
What a good dream.
So,
All right.
we have Rusty and Reggie going to the beach, and we have
Leather workers first.
No, sorry, you got leather workers first, and Seville and
Mm-hmm.
Lesty and I are about to have a beach episode.
We are. We're gonna go play blitzball.
So we're starting with Reggie and Lesty.
All right.
We die.
I'll lead the way back over to the leather workers. 'Cause I was there yesterday. And then when we get like a couple buildings away, Lesty, it might be about time to hide in an alley briefly and go invisible.
On it, and he'll.
Before you do, we need to come up with a signal that you can do to me to notify me if you do recognize someone and if we need to get out. So I would
what's
say
the
just, like,
Borns?
tug on my uniform a bit.
I don't even need to do that. Well, I can, but Horns will take a few steps back, and with. I don't think he needs to make any motion with it. He does not because of that. You would feel a tug at your shirt as the mage hand does a little tug, invisible.
Perfect.
I can reach out to you if need be.
Sounds great.
Uh,
And he'll.
Of course, feel free to explore in there if you find a way you can get stealthily past people, but I would say be very, very cautious.
Oh, but using Mage Hand would break my invisibility, actually.
There's two things.
That's alright. We'll figure it out.
I'll say, is Mage Hand a concentration spell? I don't think it is because it's just
It is not. No.
Okay. How long can you keep it out for?
1 minute. That's why I was like,
Okay.
I'm gonna have to recast it again in there.
And if you cast it
Because
again,
it's
then
not-
it'll break invisibility.
Break my invisibility. But I got options. I got
Yeah,
options.
you're fine. I just want to make sure it was clear that like that's
Yeah,
not
that
gonna
I
work
knew.
as well as-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll duck into the alley. Give it a few moments, and then I'll cast invisibility if there is anyone in there.
Make a perception check.
Perception. How long has it been since that guidance?
Definitely longer than a minute.
Longer than a minute.
Oh, a minute? Okay, yeah, I got it.
10. Look around, down the aisleway, back again. No, you're clear.
Could I assist on the perception check, just kind of like by blocking one way, given the help action? It's an alleyway. I can stand in front of one entrance.
You know.
Do you want me to roll again, or you roll Rex? It's up to you. Or up to Chris, I guess, yeah.
It's up to you. How do you wish to assist? Do you want to give him another roll, or do you want to try yourself in perception?
Help action would just give you another roll of
either choice,
yeah.
yeah.
Greater of them.
Okay.
Your perception is a lot better than mine.
18.
18.
Mhm.
All right. As you look down the alleyway, back to Reggie's back, and then you look back again. You're about to cast as you look up a bit, and you see on the rooftop in your building, you see the very familiar dark cloak and bluish skin of Cloud. As he looks at you, and just kind of nods, and steps back off the top.
Was Cloud the one that said he was going to check the farms?
No, it was Ash is gonna be.
It was the other one? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that wasn't them shirking on that. Okay.
No.
I
mean, you don't see Ash anywhere, so. But you see.
Yeah, I don't know if he shirked on it, but yeah, it's.
They were split up last time, so they could be following the others again.
I will briefly, right beforehand, do the cantrip message on Reggie and mumble very quietly that Cloud is above us, and then I will snap my finger and use his visibility.
Okay.
As Lesty catches up to me, we'll start walking, and I'm gonna mumble, like I'm gonna pretend to be in there on official business, just to try to throw him off the scent. As under my voice as I can.
Yeah, I'll give him a little tap on the back of acknowledgement. And we head on in. I assume I follow like right behind Reggie, so the door doesn't remain any more open.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door, and then like when is it open inward or outward? First off.
It's outward.
All right, I'm gonna like wait until Lesty kind of passes me, and then I'm gonna open it up, and then he can just walk in after me.
Yeah, I'll sneak in. There we go. Hello, I'm inside.
I look around. Who do I see around in the leather workers?
You see, there's like a few small like, not bins, more like there's little small displays, round displays of leather armor, belts, aprons, just a bunch of different leatherworking stuff. You see the back end. You see on the back shelf there are like leather shields, like so very basic stuff for like self protection, all that. And on the behind the counter, you see a very uncommon sight. You see a drow male, which is a dark elf, behind the counter.
Hello, sir.
Hello. How can I assist you?
Well, as you can see, this bag I'm carrying is getting a bit worn down. I was wondering if there were any like repairs or any optional like any items I could get to replace it, maybe.
He will take the bag, kind of like it'll take it if you allow him to take the bag.
Yeah, I'll hand it over to him.
He will take it. Look, some scratches, some tears. This is okay. This is something I could fix on my own with what I have. I'll do a nice patch job. But honestly, if you're continuing around with this bag, I would say you might want to look at getting a new one instead. I do have a few bags around here, messenger style, sling over the shoulder, full-on backpacks, chest sleeves. I got a wide variety of options.
Those do sound interesting. I have a question for you, though.
Sure.
You said this type of damage was something you could kind of repair yourself easily?
Oh yeah, you know, with leftover leathers and kind of blend it in a little bit. It'll still be patchwork, but it will suffice to fix your bag if you wish to keep it. If it's a sentimental value.
See, I am on the road a lot personally, and I do a lot of exploring to wilderness. I've gone on many adventures. But it would be useful. It would be useful to at least know a baseline about leatherworking to potentially do some impromptu before I could go to a professional such as yourself to help me out. Would it be possible for me to pay an additional fee of something on top of the repairs to be able to watch you repair it or go back and see the methods that you use?
No charge at all. I'm willing to share the craft. It's something to get into, but no, I can show you how I do it. It's nothing too dramatic. It's just, you know, have to have some basic tools. You have to have, you know, your cutter. Chris, the DM, does not know what leatherworking entails. I have no fucking clue, but he does explain to you in a very basic way about patch jobs and how to make a basic leather piece, which usually is like cutting animal hide, tanning it in the sun with some chemicals and stuff. So you can buy at a general shop, more than likely you can find. But he kind of explains to you. He doesn't really show you that part, but he does show you how he can stitch your bag back together a bit to repair it.
Do you do the repairs and leatherworking out here, or is there another room you go and utilize for that? Like, I want to get the gauge on how portable this equipment and stuff is.
I can just around the counter. But if you're looking at like a big repair, like a apron piece is torn down the middle, or shield is tattered, that usually requires a bit more time, which means you move more materials. I usually handle that in the back.
Could I see the type of resources and tools you have in the back? I am very interested in leatherworking.
Let me ask, how real are you about the leatherworking being interested?
Yeah, are you lying?
He is very real about the fact it could be useful to him. He is not.
He is a hunter.
Interested as he's pretending to be. He does want to know how to like skin things and use the leather, but he doesn't care about the super complex stuff.
He's still mad about the patch
a
job
half
of the
lie.
It's okay. So
taxidermy.
I'm gonna say, give me a deception check, only because while you are interested, the real objective is to get in the back and see if there's anything hidden there.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me a deception check.
21.
Wow. I mean, he was into leather enough, so there's a hint of genuine in it.
I think the genuineness of your wanting to be of wanting to get into leatherworking is perhaps covering that lie up just enough. And he looks, he goes like, "Oh, for a quick tour, sure. We'll have to ask you to leave if I have another customer come in, because again, I have people rummaging around my back by themselves. But
that's fine.
Yeah, sure, come back. He motions to the back room. It's behind this like little like a curtain thing, so it's not like it's a door; it's just a curtain. And he just
I'm gonna pull the curtain a bit wider, and then wait a second and pull it back.
He will look at you for a moment and be like, "Oh," and just kind of move on.
He's just fat.
He's just yeah, I guess people have their own things, their own quirks. That's what I want to say.
I mean, you're dealing in leather.
Still,
Guys, we go in there and it's a full CBT setup.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You probably do see some things back here that are not probably meant for normal.
Does he see a horse?
Does not
What
see
is
a
this?
horse.
these chains from the ceiling holding this leather
that's
carriage.
he just grabs it and pulls it down. That is a special project from working for with a customer, special order. Chucks it in the corner. Like, don't need to talk about that.
Okay.
But he shows you in this little like back area. It's divided into two sections. It seems like there's a room that has like a bunch of materials in it, different weights of leathers. The other room is the workshop area, has a table. The back wall is covered in tools. There's string, there's thread and all that for holding pieces together. Bits of materials here and there. Kind of like he's like worked on something recently. But it shows you, it's like, oh yeah, this is what you use to dampen the leather to make it more malleable. You reheat it up to make it tense. Use this to like hold it together into a form. I use different molds, and he kind of just goes through it, and it's very informative. But yeah, I want you to give me, I'm guessing you want to have a perception or investigation check to see if you notice anything off about this room.
Okay. And can Lesty roll as well?
I was gonna say, I would also be looking.
Absolutely.
I'm not opening anything yet, but I am just peeking around. You know?
Yeah, no, obviously if you open some people.
I got a 9.
What is that investigation? check?
Investigation or perception.
perception.
Either one.
Would they yield different results because they're the same stat for me?
They would give you different kinds of information. I'll say that.
All right, I'll do investigation.
Yeah.
14 for mine.
14? All right. Reggie, maybe it's because this guy's a pretty into it, but you kind of find yourself not being able to take your eyes off of the wall and all the stuff he's talking about. It's actually pretty cool and interesting. You might pick this up. Les Borns with a 14. Looking around the room, it's too cluttered in this first room to have anything hidden. You feel like it's too, there's too many things going on. There's too many there's too many things hanging off the walls. Table's massive. It's kind of in the way of a lot of things. This isn't built for like a hidden thing. But that back room with the leathers, you notice, it might be because you've counted this before, but you see the faint glint of metal on the floor as you see the ring for what looks to be a trapdoor.
I'm gonna give Reggie that little pat then to let him know that I'm ready for him to move on. And I will obviously just remain stoic in the room, so I don't even make a step on the ground like a creak of the floorboards or anything.
Well, this all does sound very interesting, and I'd be super intrigued in picking up the craft. Admittedly, to be perfectly honest, a lot more than I expected it to be. I mean, I had an interest, but this has really gripped my attention.
I'll tell you this, you get the leatherworking bug, it does not leave you.
I will leave you. But I think for now, just repairs on my bag will be all I need for the moment. I might be back in the next day or so to pick up some more materials.
Absolutely. Yeah, let me go ahead and get your patch job done. He'll go back out to the front. He'll hold the curtain open for you to come back through.
All
right.
I don't know he's not following, so I'll brush the curtain aside a bit and then close it again like I did before.
He goes to the counter, takes your bag, and begins working on it. It takes a few minutes. It'll cost you roughly about a silver to fix it. And that will mend your bag out to where it's not going to be in danger of snagging or ripping on anything. Yeah, there you go. All new. Well, as new as it can be.
Well, thank you so much for your help. And I will surely be back to pick up some, I don't know, primitive tools or some simple thing that I might use for a patchwork in the future. I just need to consult to make sure I have the funds for that.
Absolutely, sir.
I hope you have a great day.
You as well.
I'm gonna then go up and open the door to leave, but open it up in like a weird, like almost the wrong way, and then I have to correct myself and then go out. And then once I'm outside, I'm gonna go, so Lesty, anything? Lesty?
Swords. You hear movement as the guy is coming back around.
I would have gone to work, to be fair, before he started working on the bag.
Okay.
Because I was originally intending to do it once they left the room.
Okay. So what we're intending to do?
So while he's busy with Reggie working on the bag, probably a little concentrated, I'm gonna go over and inspect that trap door
Okay.
and the area. First to see if there's any traps on a door called the trap door.
Yeah, give me a perception or investigation check.
It was almost a 16. 6.
6? No, you don't notice anything weird about it.
Alright. I am going to open it very slowly. Like, if I hear them stop talking out there or stop working, I will pause and open it if it can open, kind of thing.
Sure thing. You grab the brass ring and start pulling up slowly. It starts coming open. I need you to give me a stealth check with advantage. Because you are invisible. There's talk out there. Yeah, I'll say it is with advantage.
Yapping, invisible, blah, blah, blah.
2. Wow. 9.
Oh.
9.
You start
I
looking
got
up,
matching pairs.
and it nearly slips from your grasp as you. And there's a moment where the guy out front goes, did you hit or something, sir? To Reggie. This is before you guys leave, I guess.
I can't say that I have.
Reggie would heard a clinking sound. But he was
I
like,
haven't heard anything.
make a deception check.
Oh, this is tricky going back in time to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, simultaneously.
15. Okay. He continues back on the stitching. Those words, you're able to continue to open it up. And it
Just
takes you-
enough that I can look or slip inside.
the inside is dark. Do you have dark vision?
I do not, but I can use a spell after I get in and close the door behind me.
There do just seem to be stairs. It's not like a ladder down. It is staircase down. So you do have to
I
kind of
will, go down a couple steps and like slowly ease it back down behind me, kind of thing, till it closes.
okay. You are now in
as long
complete
as it
darkness.
closes. I will break my invisibility. Can I do a perception check to see if I hear anything real quick before I cast a light?
Yes. Say with disadvantage, but since you're not relying on sight,
I,
you're
up to you,
trying
I-
sound.
it's the same roll. I
Oh my
once
God.
again got doubles.
Yo! All right, 19. You step down in, close it very carefully. You are now in this pitch black darkness. You can't see anything, but you open your ears up and you're just like. Sound of dripping water. Nothing else, though.
All right. I will cast a light, probably on. Let's see, what do I have? Just one of my daggers, because I have that.
Yeah.
On. Oh, sorry, that didn't cast it. There we go. Oh,
It's fine. I know what light does.
there we go. Okay. Yeah. So it's a dim light, nothing like too bright kind of thing, but it should be enough that I can see around as if I had normal vision, 20 feet. Yeah.
Okay. You open up the light to this dark path that leads down. It's carved.
40 feet, actually. Sorry.
4 feet. All right. It sees a bit further down. And you see there are a few crates nearby that seem to have already been opened.
Do the crates have any markings on them, hands specifically?
No, there do not appear any hand marks on it.
Could I do an investigation to peek around, see if I can figure out what these crates were for, if there is anything in this room that seems noticeable?
Sure.
Or notable, sorry.
Give me a Let me ask, are you looking to inspect the box that's open, or are you looking to see if there's anything else around?
The first and the second.
Okay, so give me investigation for the box then first.
What is that? Oh, 5.
5.
It got stuck on the nat 20 and a 2.
So as you check this box over, there doesn't seem to be anything in it. It's an empty box. It's a crate. It's pretty big. Like you can probably lift it up, but it'd be like taking all of your strength to like move it around. So this thing was massive. This thing was heavy.
But it is
whenever came
empty.
down. It is empty. So there's nothing in there to use or to investigate further.
All right, I'll turn my attention elsewhere in the room then, looking for things that seem off to me or anything that can clue in what the purpose of this luggage is.
Give me a perception check.
Thank God. 20.
20. Nearby on the wall, and it's probably because of the light you have, it kind of shines a little bit. You see a small like chain link hanging from the ceiling, leaning onto a small brass you can kind of grab with your full hand, just hanging there.
It does a dangling chain.
Dangling chain with a large brass ring on it.
Can I do one more perception check to see if I hear what's going on upstairs?
Sure. Give me a perception check for that.
13, I think it'll be. Yeah.
13. It's very faint. You can hear Reggie and the other guy talking a little bit. They seem to still be going on for a moment.
I'm gonna pull it.
Reggie. You are in the midst of conversation with this guy when all of a sudden there is a very brassy ding.
Oh no.
And the guy just immediately stops stitching. I'm sorry?
Does that happen often?
Oh, it's when the pipes in the store at the furnace, sometimes it causes it to rattle and make that weird sound. Stitching.
What do I roll to
sorry.
see if this guy is lying?
That'd be an insight check.
Insight check. 19.
Ooh.
You can see there's sweat on his brow. He is tense. He is confused.
Well, if there's something going on with the pipes, it's probably better to go and get it dealt with right away.
I've called the housing district to come fix it for some time. They're too busy. It's okay. It doesn't cause any damage. It just makes a sound. It wakes me up in the middle of the night, but
All right then.
Did anything change in my room?
No, you heard the very muffled like boom from upstairs. And you hear like there's like a silence, and then there's talk again. No, nothing in your end changes.
Are there any like papers or books around that I can find in a hurry?
Let's see. That is with a 20 perception from before. We'll go with that one.
13 was for the audio, 20 was the not crates.
Yeah. You see see, so there's a few more small containers nearby. As far as paperwork goes, you don't really see any paperwork.
What's in the other containers? I'm going fast now that a big noise was made.
You open up one of the small boxes.
Last time on.
Oh, I didn't know I had advantage on inspecting small objects. That's cool.
But yeah, if you use your magnifying glass.
Yeah, because I start with the magnifying glass. I never knew that. That's neat.
You should make sure you do that every time you go. Like, I'm going to investigate.
Yeah, I gotta remember. I gotta know my
glass.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. you open up a small. It's probably about. Trying to think like a proper box sized.
3x3.
No, it's like smaller than that. It could fit in the. I would say it fit in the palm of your hand. It's more like it'd be like a small like jewelry
3x3
box
inches.
almost.
Yeah, never mind.
Oh, I thought it meant 3x3 feet.
Or
I
no,
was
no,
like,
I
"What?"
did mean 3x3 feet. I'm
No.
saying instead 3x3 inches.
No, it's more like a small jewelry box looking thing. It's very. It's not like hyper fancy, but it is very well made. Wood base, with little carvings on it. Nothing like that would denote ownership, but more like a filigree of just kind of like style. Doesn't seem to be locked or anything. You can just flip the latch and open it.
I will tuck it in my pocket instead. I'm not going to open it yet.
I wouldn't say it's.
Or could I put it in a bag?
You can put it in your bag, not in a pocket. It's definitely more of a bag item, but you can fit it in your
Okay,
bag.
cool. Yeah, I'll tuck it into a bag. Is there anything else I could hurriedly grab on the surface before turning to leave? From a
Say
quick
with
peruse?
that jewelry box you put in your bag, I would say everything else there is a little too big. It would be too clunky to carry around, unless you're willing to carry that in your own hands.
No, I don't think it would turn invisible, right?
No, it's in your if it's in your possession, it'll turn invisible with you.
Okay, wait. No, I can't risk it. I gotta get out of here. As long as nothing else looks like it would catch Lestaborn's eyes or curiosity, he will go back up the stairs into the trapdoor and listen in to see if there's what's going on.
Let's see. How much time has passed with you down here investigating?
Yeah, he said it was only about a few minutes he was working on. I
Yeah.
don't know what a few is though.
We're gonna roll this dice to see. We'll see. Even he remains.
And I have invisibility on ready as well, just
Yeah.
in case.
We're gonna roll on here. So I'm gonna roll 1d2. If it's a 1, conversation's over. He's about to come back into the back room to see what the noise is about. And 2, he's still working on it. He's finished with the
no.
bag. He hands it to you, Reggie. Yeah, he does the whole thing you said before, like, yeah, have a good day, yeah. And as soon as Reggie leaves, he is up and moving to the back. And
I'm going to.
And you hear the steps going tung, 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 to the
Yeah, as soon
trapdoor.
as the steps are coming to me, yeah. I will quickly hit myself, not even doing the snap with invisibility, and I'm going to try and hug the wall. So if he comes storming down, hopefully he won't bump right into me, you know?
Yeah,
We
cast
gotta
visibility.
it real quick.
And he is going to immediately. I'm assuming you turn off your light spell as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is going to wrench open that trapdoor and run down. Make me a stealth check with advantage.
$13. Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to be stuck with a 3.
He runs past you, not even looking in your direction as he runs down and looks at the chain, looks nearby, and he looks like he's just looking around for something.
Yeah, I want to inspect. I'm waiting a moment to see if he does anything. Now that he's entered the basement.
Roll me a perception check real quick.
12? Yeah, 12.
Hate to be that guy, but did you take light off your dagger?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, good. All right, I missed it then. Good.
Yeah. He kind of mumbling to himself, and he's like, he's gripping the back of his head, like he looks out of sorts, like he looks terrified. But as he looks further and further around, he doesn't see anything. See anything, doesn't see any tracks, doesn't see anything that would indicate that something was down here, doesn't even notice the missing jewelry box. He is so out of it. He starts making his way back towards the trapdoor.
I'll wait till he opens it and try to slip free before I
instead.
The trap door is open. Like he left open as he ran
Oh, it's
down.
open? Okay.
Yeah.
As he's starting, like, as he seems to be calming down a little bit, if he is at all, or turning around, that's when I'll just walk out and try to slip through the little, like, he said it was like a cloth blocking the back or whatever. Like I'm gonna try and slip through that before he gets to the top of the stairs, so he doesn't see it wiggle.
Sure. I'd say easy enough to do. You don't really have to worry about making noises. He doesn't seem to be focusing at all. You seem like had to be a fluke. No, they didn't come today. They wouldn't come this early. No.
Oh.
All right.
That's good to know. I'm glad I heard that.
And he goes to go past the cloth and just goes back to a seat behind the counter, just rubbing his temples, just like, let's not talk to them about it. Maybe one of those new guys. Maybe I shouldn't talk to them. No. He just seems to be talking to himself now. But you are now in the
door. Yeah, I'm in the lobby, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he could just sit here and keep listening.
I could. How am I gonna get out of here?
About an hour until it's
for an hour, and then
not an hour, more like about 40 minutes.
50 minutes, 45, 40, yeah, area.
40 minutes, yeah.
Is there any like?
Oh no, because he cast it right before he went back up there, so no, it'd be about an hour, yeah. Oh, sorry, what?
How like open is this store? Like, does he have little shelves or like standing shelves that I could hide behind, like with a crouch?
Yeah, there's enough displays around that you could probably like hunker yourself down.
So if I like uninvisibility, he wouldn't see me until I started moving, kind of thing.
Yeah. If you want to walk behind a counter,
yeah, hunker down. I'm gonna pop off the invisibility because I'm gonna use a spell, Mage Hand. And with the Mage Hand, I'm going to have it. Let's see, what's the range on that? 60 feet. Could that be in the back room or whatever?
Ring the bell again.
It could be there.
I'm gonna have it just knock something over in there. I'm gonna use the ability shove.
Okay.
This poor guy's gonna be so paranoid at the end of the day.
D20, add your charisma modifier since that is your spellcasting ability.
13.
13? That's enough. You remember the shelving that had a bunch of tools on it? You just slam it into that, so the tools like, and this man is like jumping. He runs to the back to the cloth.
Attack. I'm outside. I'm leaving.
The door.
So many noises are happening around him.
So Reggie, as you come outside, you ask about Leslie. No response. You hear a loud crash happen behind you in the store you're just in, and then all of a sudden, running out is Lesterborn's holding his bag.
We must move.
Right? And then I go and I just start not running, but like fast walking until we're past the next building that I want to duck into the alley.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I casted a spell. It's time for a new voice, right? As we duck into the alley, it's up to you if you want to jump to them, but it's what you would go and talk next.
We'll jump in a moment, but first things first. As you enter this alleyway, taking a breather, sliding down from the top, you see Cloud, and he pulls down his mask like, "What did you do?" And we cut away.
Uh-oh.
We cut away to Seville and Aurelia, who are traveling outside the city realm to go up to the crypts nearby.
We're heading this way, right?
Yep.
DM, can I get some crypt music?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let me see. Is this the crypt music?
He had crypt music. I just assumed he had one track.
We'll use this one. I don't have a specific crypt music set up.
This is the spooky one for me the other day. I think. Let's go.
I use this for all things evil. I mean, just strange.
Strange.
But yes, you enter this upper district Technically not part of the city, but considered part of the city by most. You
Mhm.
see a bunch of mounds that have built-in edifices, entrances deep within. All of them marked by the same trident with a wreath of flowers, which you would know to be the symbol of Fifero, basically god of the underworld.
Mhm.
And of course, in
Okay.
the middle of all these, you see one large one with a large temple up atop. But give me a perception check, both of you, as you're walking through.
Passive perception?
No, just well, let me see what your passive perceptions are. I think yours is like 13 and Aurelia's like 11.
13. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Seville notices more than Aurelia. Make sure, is that music looping? It is. Okay, good. It should be. I just make sure all the music is looping properly. So Seville, you notice that there are a few people out here.
Mhm.
You see a lot of them dressed in dark colorations with flashes of color, usually like deep reds, flashy oranges, and even like a solemn greens. But the one thing that really ticks it is they are wearing veils. None of them you can see their face. And some of them are traveling into these monuments and these mausoleums. A few of them are tending to some nearby area, like clipping it or planting flowers. They seem to notice you and give a gentle nod, but they don't seem to be engaging with you.
Huh. I point out my observation to Aurelia, and I guess I'll try to get the attention of one of these people. Would these rites and such be known to me?
Religion check, because they're not known necessarily to you because you're Yodir, but
Yeah,
the practice
that's
of
what I was
religion would be
thinking.
more like you might know some of it. 10.
That was almost a 20. Fuck me.
Again, a lot of almost 20s today.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. And a 20.
And 20, yeah. So with a 10, you know that the followers of Fifero, those who embody his teachings and tend to his garden, as he calls it, they're called the Mourners. They operate to properly respect and tend to the dead. As far as rites goes, it's solemn. It's not vengeful like Yodir. It's very calm. It's very at peace with the aspect of death. But as you hail one of them down, one of the mourners approaches.
I'll say while he's doing that, because I at least know he's trying to get in touch with somebody. I am gonna at least like do a perception check to try to look around and see if we're potentially being followed by Cloud or Ash.
Sure, give me a perception
Well,
check.
because this is a much more like, I assume, open field area.
Yeah, this is very open here.
Okay. And
10? Just mourners, maybe a few passersby as people who are tending to their loved ones' graves. Oh,
okay.
hold on a sec. Yeah, it's just passersby, other people. But you don't see anybody that looks like Cloud or Ash following you.
Okay. I kind of follow Seville's lead on this for the moment. Him being a cleric and all.
Sure. You see one of the mourners comes up to you. They are draped in blacks, with a few sashes of orange and green. And she bows her head and goes, "Welcome to the garden. How may I be of assistance to you today?"
Yes. I brain farted so fucking hard. Holy shit.
All good. All good.
Ah.
If you need to, I can ask questions.
Yeah, if you want to do that for a second.
Oh, thank you for the rating. It's just new to town, and we're told that there was a beautiful, as it was described, more or less, garden here, and wanted to see what it was all about. I see now we've stepped into a gravesite of sorts, but it's a garden you call it. Could you tell us a little bit about the history of the place?
Oh, yes. This garden was founded many years ago, perhaps before the port that you see down there was formed. This was
I
a
see.
place for warriors who died in combat. But now it's been more made available to the public for resting merchants.
I see. So these more larger decorative ones, I like motion to the ones that clearly are like built into the side of the cliffs. They represent one warrior in particular, or do they house multiple individuals?
Oh, multiple individuals. There's no hierarchy here, for all are equal in death.
I see.
But
What
I
about
will
the larger
say,
one there? Oh,
the larger one right here, motions to it, this was the central one that was first made. This one houses most of the warriors that I've mentioned.
I see.
They,
So you said it's. You go ahead.
they
She
worship
was an explanation.
Fifero. They believe that in death they'd be rewarded for their bravery, their valor, and their strength. They did not
I
fear
see.
death.
Salomiro. I see. Then, as you said, it's open to the public. Is there any issue with us just heading into any and seeing the architecture for ourselves, or we need a pass of any kind, a escort?
Well, you may enter as you please. I would just ask that you do not disturb anything.
Of course. Then, and your name?
Oh, I am Morna Chili.
Chili. It's a pleasure to meet you, Chili. We will make sure to stay quiet. And we will not disturb the resting. Thank you very much for the explanation.
Yes, thank you for your assistance.
'Tis my pleasure. Please enjoy the garden. And she motions past you all and continues on her
Mhm.
way.
I'll kind of walk along with Seville inward and make sure we're kind of like away from folks. Like I know you said there's some people tending and coming in and out, but I can't imagine it's like
very sparse.
yeah, very sparse. My main goal is to see if we could go into any of the quote graves that were around here. Now seeing that they're more proper interior structures and we can come and go as we please, I more or less wanted to see if we could find any hidden entrances, places that may lead away from here, given that we have a lot of caretakers that may be a bit tricky, but perhaps we can split, meet at the centralmost one, and then see if any of them look different or off in terms of their build and the facilities within.
Yes, it would be a good idea to search those out. I'll head off and imagine.
We can meet at the larger one.
Of course.
Very well. And then I guess what I'll do is, if I can, just kind of I know it looks like there's about 5 here. I'll check a few of them and see if they're all completely identical, and specifically look for if there appear to be any sort of doors. Maybe do a bit of hand sliding across like the walls if I can, just to see if maybe while people aren't around I can hear if there's things behind it with like a tap and such. Like basically just trying to discover, do any of these mask another potential place to hide, hallways to run to, since we know the same tactic was used back at the mansion?
go ahead and roll me a perception check. This is you looking for anything that's standing out, a little different from everything else.
Jesus, dude, I'm not doing hot today.
10.
What's
Running
up all the fucking tens?
That's a lot of 10s.
I don't know, man.
Going through these mausoleums, running your hand kind of like against the stone it's built in, and I'll give a short description. These mausoleums go down and then branch out. There's many different hallways that lead into open areas that have a bunch of coffins set up, stone coffins that are layered up. It's like 3 high almost. It's like a pretty tall room. There are engravings on each one of them. And as you kind of progress through, it's a lot more the same thing. There's some are smaller, some are larger. Some seem to be blocked off, noting like a family name. So maybe it's like a highfalutin family who bought a section to bury their family in. Like a mausoleum inside the mausoleum.
Okay.
But a lot of these are very much similar spec. Is stone. There's a smell of muskiness, but there doesn't seem anything like. You don't feel anything that's weird about this place. Nothing seems off. It just seems like it's just a mausoleum.
Okay. Any better luck, Sebel?
I am going to wander off as well, keeping in mind some of the architecture. I'm actually as a deaf cleric, how familiar would I be? Granted, this is another
Different god, but yeah.
different god, but how easily would I be able to pick out I guess architectural fixtures that don't seem to fit? Kind of like what she's doing.
I mean, maybe a little bit. You'd probably be a little bit better at it. If I had to put it in D&D terms, your DC might be a little bit lower. Not by much, but you have a place picking out something that would not fit as well. Well, first you need to give me a perception check.
Oh, kadok.
15.
Not bad.
Yeah. As you're maneuvering through the one up here, you are traveling through corridors, and at a certain point, stonework changes a little bit. This is newer. Not like new as in like, like just yesterday, but definitely newer than most of the stonework in here.
Yeah, within the last century.
Yeah.
Probably, right?
And as you kind of like look around this room, you notice one of the coffins on the bottom section in the middle. All these ones, FIFA has a very distinct pattern to all of his stuff. The trident with the wreath of flowers all face the same direction, except for one of the coffins faces the opposite direction.
Am I alone?
With a 15 perception, you don't see anyone else around.
I'm gonna futz with it.
Give me an you're trying to like open up the coffin?
Sure.
Alright, give me an athletics check.
Are you there, God?
It gives a little bit, but not enough to really push it off. It's gonna take a moment to do this, and it's not gonna be quiet either.
Alrighty. Can I give myself... Hang on. First, we're going to do this. Then I'm going to look and... Can I look again and see if there are any switches or anything?
Give me, for this will be more of an investigation check, because you're trying to see if there's a mechanism behind this.
And guidance is 1d4. 16.
16. As you look around, you see some of the braziers are upright and lit. You see one that has a very faint marking next to it, a very tiny little hand.
Okay. I make a note of that, and I leave and go to the big mausoleum to wait for Aurelia.
Okay. I imagine eventually Aurelia meets back up at the central monument.
Yep.
I do.
Okay. You see several
Do you
there.
eventually meet back up? I must have not gotten a very good night's sleep because, unfortunately, despite all pretense, I've been able to find very little of anything around. If you had any better luck.
Actually, yes, I found a quite odd marked coffin with what appears to be a brazier switch or something of that nature nearby. I've waited until we met back up to investigate further. If you would like to take a bit closer look at it.
I could certainly try. Maybe not raise too much suspicion. I had wanted to at some point take a look at the larger one, but we can return and see if we can't figure out anything, though, as you know, we can't disturb much, so perhaps a... We can try.
Hopefully, we won't find too much problem.
Hopefully not. I guess we'll head off, and I'll kind of just watch and see if anybody follows us back to the one he walked over to.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
I'm terrible at these today. This is the entire day today. It's another 10.
See anybody following you? You see some of the mourners are around. Well, again, passersby, but you don't see anyone that is clocking you or following you or anything like that.
Can I roll perception for that as well?
Sure. 21?
Yep.
There is nobody following you. You're pretty good.
Oh, thank God.
I fuck with you just a little bit.
I'll trust that one. Somebody died.
Oh, it was Nikki.
That was Nick. Rip.
All
right.
Oh, there's Nikki.
Okay, so once we're back in, I find the brazier that has the. You said it was a hand?
Yeah.
Okay. I find the brazier and I'm gonna tug on it just to see if that works.
You grab it, kind of motion a bit. As you pull down, you're a chunk as the slab on top of the mismatched coffin just kunk slides open.
I just kind of... I'll say this whole time as he's looking around, I'm not necessarily worried about what he found for a while. I'm going to basically just keep my eyes trained on the entrance of the room.
Okay.
I look in. What do I see?
You see a small ladder heading down to darkness.
I look back to him.
Aurelia,
Yes.
perhaps you might want to take a look down here. These old eyes aren't quite what they used to be. I can watch the door if you like.
Do and be sure to send them away if possible, if they come. I will then go and make my way down the ladder.
Climbing down?
Yeah.
Okay. As you grab the ladder, it's made of a fine metal. It just so you grab it, down the ladder you go, down to darkness. But with your dark vision, it's all in scales of gray and white.
Yeah, but I can see.
And looking around, it is a carved tunnel. It looks like it leads downward. It's like a downward slope almost. From where you're standing, you don't see anything. There's no there's no light. There's no sound. It's a long hallway.
And I can't see the end of it.
No, it kind of goes down and kind of curves to the right a bit.
I'm gonna kind of a loud whisper from the top. Do you see anything to close the entrance behind us? Or open it again?
I look, do I see anything that can close the entrance?
You see a small chain with a brass ring on it.
Is it chain?
Yep.
Close the door?
Alright, I head down with her, and I'm gonna shut it behind me.
You grab it, and the coffin closes over top of you.
For a penny and for a pound.
Yes, worryingly similar to the instance of this sort of grave spelunking that we ran on before. I'll take lead and make sure that you don't trip over anything. I'll begin to make my way. I'll begin to lead carefully, but slowly down the corridor. Chupa.
While she's leading the way, I'm gonna give her guidance.
Somewhere. One second, DM is consulting the scrolls.
Yep.
The scrolls.
The scroll.
Not the scrolls. That's fine. If I remember where to find the information. So. So you guys are traveling down this long curved hallway. Overly at the lead because she can actually see. I'm guessing Seville's kind of back, like maybe holding a coat, or how is Seville keeping up with Aurelia?
I've got my hand on her shoulder.
Okay. All right. So you're walking down. Are you guys doing anything as you travel?
Anyways. What'd you say, Chris?
I said, are you doing anything? Or are you just walking?
No, I'm walking. I'm just keeping my eyes peeled, and making sure that if we go around any corners or bends, I check before we go around them.
Okay. As you go on the first bend, there's nothing there. But now you're actually coming upon torchlights. You see it in the distance. Like one lonely little brazier in the darkness.
Somebody's been down here.
Imagine that's like the only thing I can see, so I'm probably like
Is this area relatively dry? Or is it wet? Okay,
it's dry. Yeah.
If I like run my hand across, like if I walk up to the brazier and run my hand across it, I don't see any dust. Hmm.
Dexterity saving throw.
Motherfucker, there's traps.
Remember, you have guidance.
So I get what, an extra d4?
Yep.
I'm gonna need it. That's only a 9.
That is unfortunately a failure. As you step up closer to the brazier, you feel your foot hit a small string that was across the ground.
Damn it.
And from the wall comes a few darts. Let's see.
I'm getting stabbed.
Oh, the god, I missed.
Can I roll perception for any of this once she steps on it?
1 second. You take 13 points of poison damage.
Hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm down to 15. I just
Really, it dies.
I just like immediately like grab my shoulder, slump against the wall.
So what are you doing, Seville?
I was before the damage was applied. I was gonna try to see if I could roll something to yoink her out of the way. Probably like survival or something like that. But instead, I'm just gonna cast Cure Wounds on her.
You heal for a 7.
Well, I kind of just like lean up against the wall really quick, like by the brazier. Well, at the very least, we know we're not supposed to be down here. But I'm not sure if it's just because we're trying to potentially disturb deeper into the graveside, or if it's what we're looking for.
Given what I know, which admittedly isn't very much to begin with, about worship here, they wouldn't really be the kind to have shit like this, would they? Or would I be able to kind of know that?
They're not as vengeful, but
Oh yeah, my sect would totally have this.
100%.
yeah,
Yo Deer would
you
definitely
all
have.
would have.
Well, technically, Yo Deer probably wouldn't have traps. They would have just like sentinels that would just kill you, essentially.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're not even. It's blatantly obvious. You
Yeah, I
just
mean,
died.
if you're traversing the grave, especially people who are like revere Yo Deer doesn't take that shit lightly. He's like, man, fuck
Just
these
kill him.
guys.
Low tier got him.
Low tier, you deer.
With what you know about Fifro, him being one of the Octact, very well known. Especially the mourners, you would know they would not fuck around with stuff like this. They would not create a hidden path using a sarcophagus. They would not have hidden vaults beneath their place, because that would be
This kind of like desecration towards the dead.
This type of manipulation, this type of deceitfulness does not befit the god of the dead.
Well, I imagine that whoever set all this up has absolutely nothing to do with the mourners themselves, so there's some knowledge to be had in that.
Then we assume the mourners know of this, though.
It's hard to say. If one did, then they would be a very poor mourner.
Oh, I see. Well then, we continue forward and be a bit more careful.
Yes, hopefully. There aren't too many more of those.
Is it continued light ahead or no?
You do see once you've approached this one, there's another brazier down the way.
I check and see if this one has a marking similar to the one that he found earlier.
The one you're
Settled
at?
in. Yeah.
No, you don't see any marks on it.
Okay. I'm going to continue trepidatiously and be checking for traps between braziers.
Give me a investigation check.
Can I roll for these too? Because I imagine
Absolutely.
I'm also keeping an eye out.
Now there are some symptoms of light. It's you're able to do this.
It's a normal roll for me.
Aurelia still has my guidance.
Doesn't matter.
Man, we can't see shit.
Oh, everything's good here.
You know what?
I
have an idea.
An investigator.
Yeah, I have an idea. I'm gonna pull out my little gray bag of tricks. And I'm gonna make whatever animal comes out of it lead the way.
Man, I should know that. You know what?
That is a giant elk. Will it fit in here?
Yeah, but it's basically like the entire front of you. Like you can't move past it.
Okay. Yeah. What was that?
It's a
What
giant.
were you gonna? No, what were you gonna say?
I say when I said like yeah, everything was fine. You going? You know what? That killed me. That fucking got me.
Okay, I'm using a charge of it for the day.
All right.
I summon you see spring forth in my hands a little gray fuzzy ball, and then I sit there, put it on the ground, and then like roll it like a ball, and then it just becomes a giant elk.
DM, can I get your best elk?
Oh, was that you? Wow.
I then kind of give it a little like smack to the butt. Go on. Just start motioning for it to lead.
It starts moving forward. Let me see.
As I've learned a little bit about this bag, if it dies, it'll be fine.
It actually explodes.
A quick question. Which nation in this world would be known for their fine ceramic?
I don't know. I don't have that.
I didn't think about that yet. Getting back to you.
Alright, well...
ceramics are like heat and all that. I would say probably Rockytop, which is far
This
north.
is for a joke.
Far northeast.
This is bringing new meaning to the term aboard Rockytop.
Oh.
That's going to be the name of this episode. Boar in the Rockytop shop.
Or in a Rockytop shop. An elk in a Rockytop. Oh.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fall behind the elk and just keep going so that if there's a trap, it springs it instead on it.
This country is known for their fine ceramic.
A floor drops out from beneath it and it falls into a pit.
No!
Let's see here.
Is there a bottom to the pit?
Very fast, like you hear it go. Bump.
Probably made a
Takes,
horrifying noise.
2 damage. But it's fine. As it gets back up, it is. You got a giant elk in a pit, man. I don't want to tell you.
And we well, I still have the bag.
Can't have shit.
Can I bring it back? Oh, only vanishes at next dawn or when its HP is reduced to 0.
Yeah.
Well, looks like you got a mercy.
It's not making any noise, but it's just kind of looking up at you like, the fuck did you bring me into?
I just look down at it. If this is grim, I just turn back and look at Seville.
You know what? He's actually trying not to laugh.
I just
It's absurd.
glare. I glared at him. I genuinely didn't expect this. Can we go around the pit?
No, it's you have to get a jump across, but it's not a hard jump to make.
Oh,
Here,
well,
have this again.
I guess we'll jump across and I can make another.
Oh, wait a second. Can I use Thorn Whip to Indiana Jones myself across?
Yes.
Show me Thorn Whip.
I leap over.
Yeah, you leap over easy. One action. Create a violent whip covering thorns. Let out your command toward a creature within range. Make a melee spell attack against target and hit. Target takes up to 10 feet closer to you. You know what? Make an attack roll. You're gonna be trying to hit the ceiling. Try to like have it latch into it to swing across. If you're really doing this.
Yeah, fuck it.
All right. Make a spell attack. Easy. Pull you 10 feet across because it's pulling you towards the ceiling, but because your body, you're kind of just swinging up and across and let go, you make it across. Easy. And you
How much HP does this elk have?
A giant elk has on average 42. But I took 2, so he's at 40 HP.
He's gonna die. Think about the elk.
I can't get it out, and if somebody comes down there, they're just going to see an elk in a pit until the next morning.
Are you musing this out loud?
Yeah, like as you did your Indiana Jones thing, she leaped across, took a couple steps forward, turned around, and then just looked back down at it. She's just pondering, almost like all solid, like fuck.
Is the elk doing anything? He's just staring at a wall. Oh. Is his name Edgar?
Does not have a climb speed. And it cannot use climbing gear or magic like Spire Climb. So it might have tried to clop up a little bit, realizing it's kind of futile. It's just kind of like this is where I live now until dawn.
I looked down at it. I'm terribly sorry. I'm going to go now. And I turn. And then fucking Sybil sees me reach into the bag, pull out another fluff, roll it, and see what it becomes so it can lead again.
Oh my god. Go ahead and roll me D8. Please don't let me another 8. I can't deal with this.
Please be another 8.
Dude,
He falls in another hole.
which is a giant rat.
Giant rat?
Not the rat!
Oh,
Giant
we're
rat.
in the fucking catacombs with the rats.
That's a little better.
That's a lot more appropriate.
Much more.
Realize something about the elk.
Does it call out to him longingly, like, don't leave me, please?
It doesn't have dark vision, so it just falls into a hole and it just.
It's so scared!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, I'm just gonna have.
Anyway,
to
because I noticed that because there was the giant rat. Giant rat has dark vision.
Carry that weight.
We'll be fine. And the fucking
No, there's some light because it's right near the brazier and all that. So there's a bit of light, but it just understands that there's no other light other than that, and it will be that way for the rest of the day.
Yeah, and you know what? I assume these things, as they are magical, probably don't have memory. You're not gonna give them a memory, Chris. It doesn't say anything about them remembering. Chris.
You never know. It's a magical item. It could be anything.
I mean, these animals got to come from somewhere, man.
Yeah, he's just abandoning an elk.
Dude sits there like.
Can't stop laughing. I need to be here. I'm sorry.
It's like dawned on her what's happening.
The existential horror of this.
She just
gonna sit here and say that the elk's gonna be against you or anything, but I'm not gonna say that elk won't remember what you did.
Is this a Telltale game?
Technically, when you summon the animal, it's friendly to you. So technically, when that elk comes back, it'll be friendly to you to a certain degree.
The creature is friendly to you and your allies and acts immediately after you. Okay. Okay. All right.
It can mean so many things.
You see, all right. You see her like in a moment of like hesitation. Like you keep walking forward, Seville, and then you realize she isn't following you, and you hear. She runs back. And then I dump the entire bag of apples we took from the farm down there for just so we can have some food. And I just go, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And I just dump 11 apples down there for it to eat. and then run off, catch up to Seville and go, we can't think about, I never want to talk about this ever again.
He is just like,
so good.
Kind of at a loss here. Like, I'm afraid I'm going to have to tell Reggie about this.
You're not telling Reggie about, absolutely not.
Listen, what do you know about the Paladins of Yodir? We don't necessarily have much of a sense of humor. But this is really fucking funny.
What would it take for me for you to keep this a secret from Reginald, please?
If you truly don't wish for me to inform the party, I won't.
Okay, thank you. All right, and I look down at this point, and I like almost am giving the rat like a pep talk. Okay, I need you to be very careful, very sneaky boy, and if you begin to feel the problem and you see something, because it'll do what I command. If you see something, stop. Do you understand?
It just kind of squeaks and like, I can't. It doesn't pick up the mic. I'm making chittering noises.
I forget what I named this thing already. I'm upset. I gave it a name before. What the collective fluffs
Mr.
were.
Squeaks.
Nah, it had a name before and it was really clever, and I'm mad that I forgot.
Severus.
No. All right.
Let's see here.
All right. Now with the command, go forward and stop if you see something. We follow the rat.
Perception.
Oh, it's 11 apples down there for the elk. Dude, what the fuck is this?
He's gonna be stressed eating those.
I'm gonna let you know right now, I am having very hard time keeping self this whole situation is like a field day for Varbuck.
I'm being Varbuck unintentionally right now. Like,
yes, to a T.
In the most existential moment for Aurelia in the entire journey so far. She lets an elk fall down a trap it can't get out, doesn't know what to do, dumps 11 apples down there, apologizes, and runs away.
The elk can't see either. He doesn't know what just got dumped on him.
It's a bunch of rocks.
He can smell it. He can
Drop
smell
rocks
it.
on me.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. He figures it out.
He'll try to bite one. It's gonna be so bad in the future whenever I roll that thing again and the elk comes back.
Oh, actually, you know
gonna
what?
Side eye you the entire time.
This should work better. Ben,
Oh.
roll me a
Yes.
D20.
Yeah, which one?
D20, just D20.
Which
No, which Ben?
Oh fuck! Aurelia, because it's your rat.
I know what he means. I know what he means.
I
You
know what he
motherfuckers.
means. I just had to say
Don't
it.
speak shitty. 19.
So,
the rat rolls good.
The rat rolled good. Rat rolled very good. The rat,
Rat time.
it's like swerving around, keeping its nose up, and then she kind of stops and scratches at something. As you see the very edges of what looks like another trapdoor. No, I mean not like a trapdoor, isn't like when you pull it, but like a pitfall.
Another pit.
Yeah. Right next to
We
another
look around
brazier.
Can we look around to see if there is a way to disarm the trap? I guess.
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
Fuck me, Seville.
Alrighty.
The best roll is the rat. 11.
Well, this is not that high. You would know that you just need to put something to like wedge in between the lid and the wall, the floor and everything to keep it from popping down. So anything that would be like something to wedge it. I'll leave it at that. I think it says probably like a python from like a climber's kit could do that trick.
Climber's kit. I don't have a climber's kit. I have an alchemist supplies. I got arrows. Would an arrow work?
That would not be structurally strong enough to hold that up.
Or we could just try to jump over it.
It's the other pit. Hang on a sec. I just need to read something real quick. That wouldn't work. Yeah, I guess we'll just try to jump over it.
I just look to the rat and tell it to run and jump. Or at the very least, it probably can climb. So
Let's see here.
It's
gonna have a fucking menagerie of small animals. Well, not so small animals in pits.
You have knowledge about these creatures and all that. You would know the rat does not have a climb speed, and therefore, if it fell in, would probably have a very hard time and not impossible for it to climb out of the pit, depending on how deep it is.
It's a large rat. How large is a large rat?
Not that bad. It's still a small beast.
I pick it up. I cradle it.
Cool.
Even D&D ain't shit on New York.
I run and I jump.
Okay. 13. Okay.
Do I make it across?
I'll wait for Seville to make his jump, or if he wants to make something else.
Acrobatics. Excellent. No. All right. I'm gonna give myself. Where are you? Are you there, God? Roll.
Can't be that big a jump. It can't be that big a jump.
Pretty wide hole that he's about to find out. Aurelia, you jump across just fine. You kind of stumble a little bit, but you're able to make it. Seville, you feel yourself with that divine presence. You leap across, and also your feet just go through.
Can I try to like athletics, like catch him?
Sure, we can allow since you're already over there when he's doing this.
17.
17. So can you give me an athletics check as well to try like grasp her at the same time?
Yep.
She's a strong lady.
She's strong. Ooh. As you go through, Aurelia just like quickly turns, grabs you, and has to drop the rat to grab you by both arms. As you are cradling over a spike pit. But she's able to...
I got shit.
Easy enough, especially with Seville like climbing on the side, able to pull you up and out of the hole. And you are safe.
I pet the rat. We move forward.
Okay.
Same thing. I swear to God, there has to be an end to this.
You see... The usual is one brazier. Now you see two braziers as it opens up into dimmer light, but there's now an open expanse beyond where you're at. And you feel like you're about to enter a open area.
The rat's not making any fuss about traps.
Nothing so far. Real quick, can I have both of you roll me a perception check?
Better than before.
It's 21 and a 13.
And
Oh yeah.
wow, 22.
22. Okay. Aurelia's fame, you do hear a bit of noise coming from the other end. Seville, from your experience as a paladin, you've snooped in on things. There's a murmur. There is talking going on. Loud discussion. Not angry, but just loud.
Spirited.
Even jovial. As you approach this grander entrance, you see pillars of stone reaching up to the ceiling that has like scaffolding, like it's being worked on. And far enough away in the corner, you see a small little fire. As you see 3 men in cloaks sitting around it, just chatting and just kind of having fun.
I'm rolling stealth to begin sneaking around.
I would say, yeah, if you want to avoid being seen at this moment, please roll me a stealth check.
I got that. Yep. 101, baby.
It's still not been a full minute, right? Or has it?
It's on the next use. So you have to keep re-upping it every time you do it. But I'll allow you to keep re-upping because you're in a dangerous area.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Good.
13.
Yeah, it's good you did that. You see them
Using
talking.
pillars for.
But you're still the
cover.
entrance. But if you want to like move in a little bit, you can use the pillars as a bit of cover. But
that's what I assumed I was doing with my 21. I was moving in.
You are. You see them talking and all that. They seem to be in high spirits. From this distance.
With me getting closer, can I see any markings, anything about their wear, garb?
It takes a moment, but with the firelight din and all that, you're able to see under a lapel. You see a very familiar hand, but it's darker. It's like a strange metal now, instead of it being the bright gold it was before.
Wait, what? The lapel is
like under the lapel. Like the guy's like fixing his clothes up, and you see underneath there's that like the handmark you saw on Cloud and Ash, but instead of being the bright gold, it's a dark kind of like tarnished metal.
Also, Nikki wants you to know his power went out.
Oh well.
Oh
fuck.
shit. I mean, that'd be a good time for a break.
Yeah, we could take a break.
Yeah,
we
this would be
found
a
tarnished
perfect
grass
time to-
fuckers.
You found him. And yeah, we will come back in a few moments. Hopefully Nikki's power will be back. He'll be able to rejoin us. We will figure that out in a moment.
Let's fucking go.
Time.
Hell.
Okay. Back. We last left off, we had Aurelia and Seville deep in a crypt secret entrance filled with traps, some which they hit, some which they avoided, some which they've trapped an innocent elk in. They've made it to the end and are now in a more open, looks like underground, like cavern, more like a underground, like temple-ish area, under renovation, and have witnessed a group of people sitting around a small fire, talking and cheering with themselves, marked not quite like the Golden Hand, but definitely similar to them.
So we had stealth before, and it didn't seem like Mr. Stubble was interested, or not interested, seen. So, like, kind of, is he with me? Like, hiding?
I'll say probably nearby.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I'll
I-
see when we would have separated.
I looked to him, and there is something different about these than the other emblems we were working with before. I think we found some of our men.
So it seems so. No.
There only appears to be 3 of them, but we don't know who else is lurking about.
We don't know who else is looking about, and we appear to be in their territory. Given our experience with the traps, it would probably be best to simply report what we found. Hopefully they don't find the elk.
Well, the thing's not going to go away until the morning unless we kill it. So, they might.
I cock an eyebrow when she says that.
I do believe these things don't dissipate until the next day. They're gonna make me kill the elk.
I cock an eyebrow again.
You're gonna make me kill the elk. Okay. Well, the other option is we take on these 3.
We could.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But it all depends.
We would, at this point, have to make our entire way back here, and Elka know. They are going to notice that some of their traps were triggered between the dots, and just knowing that one pit's open to begin with.
Yes, plus they probably have some other method of telling that we missed at some point.
If these work, as you say they did, and as Leslie believes they do, I just point to my ear, believe it's worth informing our compatriots what we found here to see if they can provide some form of backup.
Absolutely.
I will at that point press him to my ear and just whisper, "Hello, is anybody there?"
I have mouthful of food.
Ash is like sitting there, fucking. Huh?
Huh?
What? Never mind.
It's a big mouthful. I'm sorry.
It doesn't work anymore.
Ash is dead.
You caught Ash right in the middle of eating lunch. He's got food in his mouth. He cannot.
Yeah, eating lunch. That's what he's doing.
So as you send a message out with it, you hear there's a brief moment of pause, and then you hear, "This is Cloud." You said what now?
It's Aurelia. We found members of the Tarnished Grasp.
As we cut away back to Lustborns and Reggie,
Oh,
Let's go.
you see Cloud again. He asks you like, "What have you done?"
Well, I got my bag repaired, and then I looked into a bit of leatherworking myself. It seems really interesting.
Looks at Lustborns.
Did something happen? Is that why you ask?
Well, I was keeping a good eye on the shop you entered. Also, I hear a ruckus, and then you're running out this front door.
Nothing more than a distraction. But we might want to be ready in case the shopkeeper comes looking.
Right, of course. You couldn't make a scene about it.
He will be on edge, but he will not be able to trace it to us, at least.
Hopefully not. Swear, Ash doesn't get back soon. Sorry, this is Cloud. What is that?
We found members of the Tarnished Grasp beneath one of the mausoleums in the graveyard. 3 members after going through a series of well-placed traps down a long corridor.
I understand. We will come see you soon. As Cloud takes his finger off his neck, he looks to both of you and goes, "Apparently your friend really has found the Tarnished Grasp."
So it's a success. Have you heard anything from Ash?
Not yet. Since he doesn't have a communicator, I imagine I probably won't hear from him until nightfall. But
Do they need our support in this very moment? Or is it a just scouting party, if you do not mind asking?
it's just Ash on his own. He's
No,
better at...
I mean, you said we will be there. But is it a hurry? Are they in danger?
They didn't sound like they were in
Or-
danger, but they were able to see people there, so I imagine they were within a stone's throw of being in danger.
Lustborns looks to Reggie.
I believe we should go help them, but I am a bit disappointed they managed to find them before we even began investigating.
Did we not investigate? Just now?
I spent too long at the leather workers, and I tried to cut Lasty off midway through his statement.
Yes.
And it seems that we lost the time.
Reggie, I already told them we made a distraction in there. Why would we need a distraction from leatherworking? You saying this is just making us more confusing.
I was
We
just
haven't
between
even
the two
begun
of you.
investigating yet.
Oh my god!
So, I'm sorry,
Either way, Cloud,
So-
we should make way there. It sounds like, as you said, stone throw from danger.
We should definitely go, but if they ask, you found us at the beach.
What is happening? I do not know. I'm not with him, Cloud.
I push my finger up again, and I just go, "There's a 3 of them also. And I begin to describe the mausoleum, where we went. And I just start yapping to Cloud because he said he was on the way, so I just assumed they're on the move. And I just start yapping and explaining the directions. I start yapping and explaining the directions of how to get down here, like where to go, how to get down. Be careful, there were some traps.
There's an elk.
You might see some really weird things. They keep a few animals down here. Yeah, like you just start like several just starts doing it. Possibly for potentially to kill for rations. I'm not entirely sure. It's very odd. But do hurry.
Now, how much of that did he actually hear? Because Lesterborns and Reggie were both speaking at the same time. Yeah.
It's like looking at you both. Like, shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
They don't stop. They're still talking.
Kind of like turns away.
I just wanted to do some leather working. That's all we do. The only reason we stopped.
But why mention the beach? We're not at the beach.
Yes, but they don't know that. They're gonna think we're shirking our responsibilities.
Cloud, weigh in on this. Weigh in on this, Cloud.
Freaking coup.
Here's my weight. Shut the fuck up. Your friend is trying to tell me about something.
Rude.
We should head there post haste.
Yeah, why are you waiting?
Lead the way.
Words will start stomping off.
Do you know where you're going?
Not in towards the mausoleum.
Which mausoleum?
Correct?
There are 5.
I don't know. Is she not telling you?
I got bits and pieces. I think it's the first one.
You think?
Oh, it was hard.
Oh my god.
We're gonna die down here.
He starts making his way through the streets towards the mausoleum.
Westerborns would obviously, like, I don't know if it matters, but they'd head in the direction not of the leatherworker front, so they wouldn't get spotted. Like the other way in the alley, yeah.
Easy enough. You guys follow the route down outside the city. Obviously, it's going to take them a minute to get here. So, Aurelia and Civil, what are you doing in the meantime?
Oh boy. Slink further back. And
Yeah.
maybe try to find a good place to like hide. If there's boxes, if there's something that's being stored down here, if we can get kind of slink back into the darkness so that we're not as, close to them.
Exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe try to like get the lay of the land a little bit, because we are gonna jump them eventually.
Mm-hmm.
To do. So back in towards the entrance you guys came in through. You see there's a path off to the right through a small hallway, and it looks like there's a bunch of boxes and stuff.
Yeah, we'll go over there.
Alright.
Kind of tippy toe our way over and.
As you enter the secondary room, you see there are 2 doors. There's a single door off to the left-hand side, and to the right there's a pair of double doors. Then far you see a couple boxes. To your left, you see a corner full of boxes, and then at the far end you see a long table. Looks like has cuts. You smell like cooked meats and stuff. So it seems like it's like a kitchen prep area.
We will hide and wait. And every maybe 10, maybe every like 10 to 15 minutes, I'm just gonna check on Cloud and see where they are.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few minutes. Let's see here. So they're here. So it's gonna take about 20 minutes probably to get through to the mausoleum, and a few minutes past that.
Not okay. Well, then, not knowing how long it's all going to be, of course, then I didn't understand the span of time for this city. I'm gonna say I check it every like 5 minutes.
Okay. They eventually, like, Cloud kind of keeps checking in. He's like, we're outside the city gates. We're almost to the entrance to the mausoleum. We're at the mausoleum. We're inside. Following the instructions that Seville gave, they're able to find.
Reginald sees an elk in a pit.
Yeah, we're getting there. Reggie and Lesty, as you follow Cloud into this mausoleum, you head down to the left, down a hallway into this open area that has, and it's the place that you see the one coffin is marked askew of the others, and there is a mourner in there cleaning up the area.
Like in front of the. Is the entrance obvious? Like you said, it's askew and stuff, right?
Well, it's the way it's positioned makes it look very different to the rest of them.
We would have noticed that, right? It was askew before.
When I say askew means like the decoration on the outside of the coffin was different from the rest of them. They're all facing a similar direction. This one wasn't.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood what you meant by that as well.
Sorry, that's my poor word choice. Different. It's different. They are not cleaning at that exact point, but they're close enough that if you were to open it, they would definitely notice.
They are down in there, right, Cloud? Motioning to the coffin, but still trying to like stay a little hush hush. Cloud?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's me.
No, you're good.
According to what Aurelia told me, that would be the case. Yes.
Do you
check after the 20 minutes? Have the three still been chilling? Just checking.
Let me see. I have to move my plate out of the way because I just got done eating.
Before they start to come down.
As you're hiding behind the crates, you do hear a slight dispersal as there is movement. Specifically one coming through the hallway. Actually, give me a moment here. I need to pull some stuff together here. Sorry, I'm taking a moment here to get some stuff set up.
Oh god, he's gonna change the fucking map.
Maybe.
How horrible.
Alright, I know you were gonna figure out how to get down, but like I was like, it struck me if it would matter after 20 minutes. Damn it. Where's my rat?
Where are you?
Up a bit.
Oh, it might be empty for us.
We're not there, Nikki. So.
Yeah,
I
you're
thought
not
we'd
there,
still
so
be
you
able
don't
to
see
see,
anything.
but you know.
Give me my rat.
All right. You just there's your rat.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So
Rat.
So you guys are in the corner as let's see here. Down to this late. As one guy comes through and starts prepping meat at the table in front of you. Has not sensed you yet, has not heard you.
Okay.
That's all you see. But yeah, this guy obviously came from the group that was at the corner party that you were watching.
Came from down here?
Came from down there, yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright. We just wait. Alright. Back to
So
As soon as I hear Cloud say that that's the way they went, I'm just gonna run over and start moving it.
The coffin lid.
Yep, I'm going in that.
Well, you would know that the way to open it is a small brazier that you have to pull.
Okay, I'll go up and pull.
Okay. As you just like
Can't
that,
do anything.
the
That's what the
mourner
concept
nearby turns around horrified, like, "What is going on? What is
I
this?"
pull my gun at him.
Well, sir.
No time to explain. We won't take anything, and we'll be right back. And then I motion for the others.
Lusty will hustle forward, but on the way in, you may tell the guard. This is very loud.
It's not loud yet. I haven't pulled the trigger.
Cloud is very much disturbed as he crawls over to the entrance to climb down. He looks to the woman and goes, "I'm very sorry about this," and just crawls down.
I'm very sorry. Dips it as well.
Crawl down and then follow them down.
As soon as you drop below vision, you hear her scurry out of the room.
We may have a timer now.
If they were calling for help, we have a timer already.
But not of the guard.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a bit hush-hush.
One problem at a time.
Guard is not one problem. That's a number of guards.
Either way, we must move. Get to them quickly.
What
Maybe
am I
start
need?
hustling down.
He'll start running ahead of you guys.
Yeah, you let him go first.
Let's see here. Well, that Trip's already been trapped. Actually, they've all been trapped, Trip, so he doesn't need a roll to see him. He knows where they are, because... Yeah. So as you pass by, you see one of them with a bunch of... You see a bunch of darts on the ground. Like, oh, there's one.
Blood and shit. Yep.
As he runs towards a pit hole, he kind of stops and is like, "You're all good to jump. Is that the elk?"
They did. There's an elk.
How far down is the elk in the pit?
The pit's about 10 feet deep. The elk is... It's a giant elk, so it's probably about 5. So it's like 5 feet.
Could I, like... Is it bucking or could I reach down to touch it?
It's friendly to you and all allies, so technically, yeah, it would somehow know magically that you are an ally.
All right,
so
I
it does not
reach down, touch it, and cast jump so it can get out of the pit.
Oh my god!
Reggie, is this the best way to spend time? We are in a hurry.
It could be useful.
An elk?
Should we jump? Should we jump real quick? This window, I think it's triples your jump height.
Oh no! Does he
Jump
have zero
distance, but we went into things about like the verticality or whatever last time. It's weird. It's just not a
Jump.
bunch
I'm
of
not gonna
vertical
like
stuff.
jump distance. No, fuck that. It's jump. It's jumping is enhanced 3 times. Once you
This
jump
is
up
jump
straight,
0?
it's an athletics check, which they have a +4 too. So
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
Stand back, Mr. Muscles over here.
All right, let's see here.
I'd like I'm whispering in the fucking. I'm
Aurelia,
whispering in the fucking mic.
I need you
and
to
I'm
roll
like,
me a d20 for your elk. Add 4 to it.
Okay.
If this thing comes charging
18.
through at the grass.
Reggie, as you touch that sweet animal chilling and eating on apples, you cast jump on it. And you feel that energy vibrate through this creature as it hunches down and poof, jumps up out of the hole past you, and it is charging down the road.
Yes!
We're on our way.
I check. I'm like whispering under the mic. Are you guys almost here? Also, did you see that ration elk?
So the elk, we got it out of there for some reason.
Oh, did they know the elk?
Oh, thank God, that was mine.
Don't worry about it.
It was one of this. Hearing like half the conversation.
He's like, does your friend normally summon animals?
Oh, this is a new thing. Yes.
This is a new thing. Yes.
To know, I guess.
I guess we follow the elk.
What is he doing? What is it? What is it doing?
It's running down the hallway.
Wait, Chris.
Yeah?
Could we briefly attempt to wind back the clock a little bit? And can I try to mount the elk when he comes out and ride him the rest of the way?
Oh my god!
Roll me animal handling with advantage because it is your friend.
It is your friend.
You did just get a hole and you are its friend, but
Can I roll to kill the elk? I'm kidding.
That's a 20.
Oh my lord, 20.
Oh god.
sure enough, you climb on top. You're almost hitting the ceiling of this cavern, but
I'm keeping
kind
low on it.
Yeah, you're keeping low, like kind of like jockeying it. Yeah, you can do that.
So Cloud amends his statement, and then I just look around. I turn to Seville, and I look at
Reggie's
Seville.
riding the elk down the hole.
Seville.
I look. I look.
Reggie
Yes?
got the elk out of the hole. And he's barreling down, riding into us.
I choke off a laugh.
I like literally like push into him and put my hand over his mouth because there's the guy in the kitchen with us.
Okay.
I just messaged Cloud. I like talk to Cloud one more time, and I'm like,
This isn't going to be a stealthy entrance from you all, is it?
Considering your friend pulled a gun on one of the mourners, no, it's not going to be stealthy.
All right, we should just get this fucking party started.
and I
Oh god, I'm one of the warriors.
I look to my rat, and I go,
Buddy, I need you to run into the main room and go make a fucking mess out of their table and distract them. Can you do that?
Squeak, squeak.
It lifts up and gives like a small little pod salute.
I love him.
Just like Akko.
And then
As it runs off, I'm going to turn to Seville.
We ambush this motherfucker in the kitchen.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm going to take out my blade, and then I am going to slit my palm so it turns to ice.
While she's doing this, once I notice what she's doing, can I roll just to see if I could spot that creature again or something of that nature?
Sure.
The shadow creature?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll me a
No,
perception
I wanted
check.
I wanted the rat to run back into where they were hanging out.
Oh, where they're hanging out. Sorry. Right.
To cause a distraction for them, so like they're dealing with a fucking rat while Reggie's running in. We can jump this motherfucker.
Okay. It's gonna run over there.
I also thought it was meant to distract the guy in front of you.
Let's see, how much movement does a rat have?
Nah, we can take one guy. He's running off. The rat's running off to give you all a better shot.
We have an elk.
I know.
For some reason.
Okay, so yeah, Seb will give me a perception check. Aurelia, I need you to roll me a
this is
D20.
This is gonna start becoming a thing.
It's okay, you're safe against my rolls.
I don't know. He got a 10. I don't know if that matters.
I think it's more whether or not she's actively helping me or not. It's mainly to see if there's anything for him to see.
See some really quick.
Or it could be rolling for the elk in secret. Or the rat.
This is the best sneak attack turn not stealth mission ever.
I'm sorry.
What are you?
So we'll start with the 13 perception. You don't notice anything off about her. It seems like how she normally does. She cuts her hand to activate the blood magic. You don't sense any like shadow or evil presence about it. Or really, can I have you roll me a D4?
Oh, okay. He's gonna start Maybe I get
Which one the
bonuses
rat goes
now.
after.
4.
From the other room, you hear the scream,
I knew.
and then there's a silence, and all of a sudden, I knew fucking right. As the bandit takes
shit, a rat.
6 points of damage.
Yeah. All right, and at this point, as I hear that, I want to dart out. I just tap Seville so he knows to immediately follow me up. I'm gonna dart out from the boxes and try to run this guy through at the table.
Alrighty. I will give you guidance as you tap me.
4, 5. Does this count as a sneak attack?
Attack. Also, you get advantage on the attack.
Fuck yeah. Rolling it twice. Neither is good.
Nope. As you come to swing down on him, he actually kind of turns to the side a bit, like, what's all
Here's
that junk?
Oh wait, I have guidance.
Wait, you have guidance. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Wait, hold on a second. That's a ability checks, not attacks.
Yeah, not attack.
Yeah. So no, he turns like, what's all that? And he just turns and looks at you.
As I run, I like dart. He dodges. I imagine I like hit the fucking table.
Oh yeah.
I'll use the rest of my movement to like jet over here.
He's trying to like move around and all that. Goes to grab a sword and click on your tokens and roll for initiative. Oh, actually,
Let's
wait, hold on a
fucking
second.
go.
Before you do that, I'm gonna open up the initiative tracker. Where is the initiative tracker? There it is.
You want me and Reggie to be on the field even though we're not in yet, just so we can get the initiative turn in there? Or would you rather us do that when we show up?
You guys show up, which will
Yeah,
be
no
by this point it'll probably be another. It probably won't be that long. It'll probably be just like one round essentially.
At least
Well, Reggie might be around. We're trying to hustle to catch up.
actually,
that's an elk we're chasing after.
Oh,
That's a
shit.
good. It's a good point. Reggie, can you roll me a perception check?
He's gonna get beamed on the ceiling or something. We're about to lose Reggie.
15.
15. As you kind of speed ahead on the elk, you notice there's another pitfall, and you are able to in time motion the elk to jump and leap over the hole. You kind of skin your back on top of the ceiling because you had to get really down, but he's able to cross it. And you are making your way towards the
really
exit.
cool, actually. Not gonna
So
lie.
you're probably gonna make it probably now, honestly. So actually, let me go ahead and put you down where you need to be. Give me one moment here.
This is incredible.
What a great entrance.
We need my elk. Also, my rat always moves after me, so will my elk now?
Actually, it's a good question. No,
You're a rat.
I was like, can you have more than one animal active?
It says I can have 3 in a day.
3 in a day? Okay.
Let me
Means you
go
pull-
double check this thing.
Yeah. I mean, as long
Made
as it
from
says you
grateful
can.
cause, you take magic action and pull the. You take a magic action.
Basically, just an action, like a
Okay.
spell action, but it's
When the object lands, it transforms into a creature determined by rules. The monster, the creature vanishes. Creature is friendly to you. You can take a bonus action to command how.
right. You
creature
should be down
move.
there at the bottom.
Attacking enemy. In the absence of such
Yep.
orders, the creature
roll,
acts in a
dude?
fashion appropriate to its nature. Once
Uh,
3 fuzzy objects have been pulled from the bag, cannot
Yes,
be used
click your
again
token and roll
until the start of the
initiative.
next dawn.
Yep, I can have more than one out at a time.
All right, cool. I just want to make sure about that.
It doesn't say I can't. It says that after I've used 3, the bag cannot be used again for the rest of the day.
Okay.
Usually D&D's very literal in its stuff, so if it doesn't say it, it probably means it's fine.
Yeah.
Now we get to level up mid-combat, right?
That'd be amazing, but no.
Oh, but you said it'd be amazing.
So, need to now also need.
Oh, we just saw all that. I don't. Oh, I thought that was you, Chris. Sorry, that was Bib's bag of trip.
Made Syndicate just so he
I was
could
like, oh
be
no,
found.
enemies.
See here.
Look at the animals I can get.
Yeah, that's crazy. The amount of animals you can get there is actually really cool.
You could get Raura.
Oh, and you get that guy up there because now you can see him.
I appreciate the elk.
I wish it was another rat. I want a bunch of giant rats and weasels.
All All right.
It seems like
load
the
of
most
rats.
useful, though. Actually, I do have the pipe of sewer rats. Could I
I
control
was gonna
Big's
say.
rat?
Technically, yes.
Against its will.
Don't you dare.
It's my rat and weasel now.
That's turn.
I only have 3 ever uses of it, though.
That's turn. For these guys, they get what? on
I'm
their-
still just
Plus-
I'm laughing just at the idea that Reggie pulls a gun on a weeping person, jumps into a grave, finds an elk, pulls it out, rides it all the way forward.
That's
God.
D&D in a nutshell right there. I'm not gonna lie. That's something you always say as like talking about crazy D&D stories. That's one that would come up.
Yeah, so we trapped an elk in a hole.
So
Named it
you
Edgar.
start off with this bandit who you can kind of see from where you're at, Reggie, right on the elk. It seems to be swinging its sword at a small thing on the ground. Let me see here. He will.
We are almost out of time. Should we save this combat for next time?
You know what? Yeah, you're right. So
I'd
we
be
will-
fine with that.
Yeah,
Is my
that's
dimension
a smart idea. So
Yeah.
we'll begin next session with you in the midst of combat within the Tarnished Hole.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I did not think about that name
Alright.
really well before I made it.
Okay. Ooh.
All right.
All right.
Next session, guys. Woo!
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna shoot some guys in the back of an elk.
A boar in a Rockytop shop.
An elk in a Rockytop
Oh.
shop.
Yeah, an elk in a Rockytop shop.